Hello everyone and welcome to a new analysis of my games of during the event of EGCTV, the tournament that is called the EGC Masters Winter. Don't hesitate to go and watch EGCTV, of course. Everything will be in the description as always. And yeah, I try to analyze my games from this tournament in order to get better in the game. And this is very interesting to also make this as a video because it can help you getting better also in the game by analyzing my potential weaknesses and also my strength, and to see how a Kong player can analyze his games during a tournament or doing anything. And I think it can help you getting better in the game in general, so this is very cool. Yeah, I already did it with two of my games before, and now I'm playing against Sas. Very good player on AoE 4, of course. He's so far ahead from me, but I feel like I did a pretty good job on those games, so I'm glad to show it to you. And yeah, we will see all my mistakes, we will see all my good stuff, and I hope it will help you. Okay, so Sas is playing the Japanese and I'm playing the French on 4 lakes. My two other games of the tournaments that I already did with the analysis were also on this map with the matchup French versus Japanese. So this is pretty insane. I did 3 games. My 3 first game of the tournament, were on this map with the matchup I was playing French and my opponent was playing Japanese. So this is pretty insane. So I know the matchup pretty well, you know. So this is very interesting to watch. I will put the villagers if you want at the beginning of the game. The main stuff on this map is to have the control of the docks, of course, the control of the lakes, sorry. And the more you have, the better. And I always try to have 3 of them, but sometimes it's very difficult depending on the opponent or depending on the civilization of the opponent. I will not do again the analysis of the matchup, of course, because I already did it on my 2 seconds video, so don't hesitate to go and watch it if you are interested in knowing what is the strength of French, of Japanese on this map, and how you counter your opponent. I will focus more about what I did well and what I did wrong, especially in this map. So the first thing that I want to do is that I have a very good build order right now on this civilization. I really know exactly where to put all my villagers, so if you want to take it in order to do it yourself, this can be very interesting, especially because 4 Lakes is a map where that is in the ranked pool, so it can be very interesting. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact of, well, while you are against the Japanese, he will have some shinobis, and if he has shinobis, you want to have this galley very soon, and this is a very good stuff. I'm very proud of this. I made the galley directly, and immediately I used the patrol, and so I saw that my opponent were attacking me, and if he was attacking me, then I already knew it, I already see it, and then I can counter it. So this is pretty cool. Also, I made a pretty good job at defending against those shinobis, using those knights in order to protect from him. So this is a very good stuff. I try to use my villager here in order to put damage to my opponent. And yeah, I have the galley here. While I have the galley here, I can use my knights in order to do damage to my opponent, and that's the main stuff I want to talk about. If you have your galley on your docks here, so you want to have one on every lake, because, well, you can avoid your opponent of having those villagers that can produce the dock, but also you kind of want to avoid the shinobi to sabotage. So here he succeeded in sabotaging this this dock, but this is not so big of a problem because I have the galley and I can defend it. He cannot burn it to death, so this is very interesting. And if you have your galley, then you can use your knights in order to do damage, and you kind of want to have one knight that stays at home in order to protect your villagers from the gold. This is the main stuff here that I want to talk about. So I use now my knights in order to do damage to my opponent. I will find a villager here and kill it, so this is very good. I made a mistake here. As I said before, you kind of want a knight here to protect here, but I didn't do it, so I lost the villagers. Quite of a stupid stuff, but yeah, you know what? It happens. So here I do the same here. I kill a villager to my opponent. I do a little bit of a warcog in order to counter this junk. And yeah, I almost lost a knight. This was very useless to do it, so this is a very bad stuff. I didn't watch enough of my knights and I lost 2 of them, so this is very, very, very bad. I have to be more careful about that. And if I'm not on the knights, if I know I don't have the action per minute to do it, the APM, then I have to fall back and I have to put them safe, not stay here. So this is very important. I have to notice it. I have to be careful about that. I really like the fact of having 2 outposts here, because if he comes and if he wants to use his shinobis to kill my villagers, I have the defense. And now I think I made a mistake here. I think here now my goal is to go h3, not to do those archery ranges and do those archers. Well, those archery ranges are okay because I have wood, so I have to spend it. But now I have to stop taking wood. I have to go h3 because I know my opponent will go h3. I know the Japanese really wants to do it because, well, they have the mounted samurai, they have a lot of units, and every time I play against them, this is how they play. And I know there is not so much of an army from my opponent. Okay, those archers are a little bit interesting, but I don't have to do that much. I have to stop now the production. 4 is enough because I saw that there was some spearmen, but there was not like 20 spearmen, you know. Like there was only 6 or 7, so it was okay with 4 archers to protect. Especially because I have those outposts, and yeah. I kind of want to go h4 in order h3, sorry, in order to have those arbaletiers and this upgrade on my knights. So this is a mistake from me. Now I have to go h3. I have to put more villagers on the gold and stop taking the wood. Try to take those deers. Try to take those sheeps, for example. And yeah, I'm proud of this dog because it forced my opponent to do 2 of those military ships, so this is a lot of resources for just a dock, so this is very cool. And also he did a second dock, so this is very expensive for him, so I'm quite happy of that. Okay, so now I will go h3 very, very soon because I saw he was h3. So you know, like, I have a good timing, okay-ish timing, but I could have been h3 sooner. And it could have been very, very interesting in order to have fewer of those archers that are useless right now, and more of those arbaletiers, more upgrades also. So yeah, I have an okay-ish timing, but I could have more, a more interesting one. I know there will be some mounted samurai, so I do the barracks in order to have spearmen. Counter my opponent, I lose stupidly a villager. Against the Japanese, you don't want to let your villagers here gathering food because, well, they will die, of course. So this is pretty stupid from me. And yeah, I have to be careful about that. The next time, I don't have to let my villagers gathering those fishes. I go h3 with the guild hall, a very good choice because I saw that I was lacking some technologies last time when I was doing the other landmark, so I have to be very careful about that. I lose again a villager, so this is not very cool. I tried to put pressure, but I didn't manage to do it. We have 3 kills each other, so this is quite good for me. I have a good army to contest my opponent. I will try to do a lot of crossbowmen. So yeah, this is a okay spot right now. I could have done better, but I feel like it's okay. The main issue here is that I don't do enough to take the relics and to avoid my opponent to take all the relics. I think I could do a little bit more on this. But yeah, this is a pretty good fight for me because I use all my archers to kill his spearmen. I avoided my knights to stay in the fight and taking damage from those spearmen, so this is very, very good. And now I have the control of the map, so I have to protect those relics. I have to take them. So I will manage to have 2 of them. I think I could have like 3 of them if I played a little bit better, but it's not horrible. But I can improve on that. I feel like the beginning of the game was very, very good because Sass again is a very good player. So I'm really happy to have made this that well actually. This is a very, very good beginning on this game. And of course, I made this this matchup like twice on this map before, so I know exactly what will happen. And I'm really proud also of this wall. I can see my improvement from the games. The first game was awful, the second game was a little bit better, and this game is very, very good at the beginning of the game. So I'm really proud of that because I do the walls, I do the technologies, I have a better timing on H3. I can do a little bit better, but it's okay. Yeah, I do a better army composition. This is very cool. So yeah, I have a good map control. I have the second relic, as I said before. But the main issue here is that I don't take the advantage on my opponent. Well, I know this is Sass in front of me, and I'm a little bit scared of this player because I know he is strong, and maybe I'm underestimating, sorry, my strength right now, because a lot of the time I overestimate it. You know, like a lot of the time I'm just like, okay, I'm good here. I can attack my opponent, and sometimes it's not the good timing, etc. I think here is a good timing right now, but I don't use it. I have to be more careful about that, and I can avoid him from taking those sacred sites. And if I avoid him from taking those sacred sites, this is very, very good for me. And yeah, I stay a little bit too much at home, trying to defend. Okay, I move now. I will kill a little bit of villagers, so this is very, very good. But I feel like I don't take that much the control of the map. I could take it more. And now, the big problem of what I'm doing is that I'm going under those outposts that are upgraded, and it deals so much damage. Why I'm doing this? This is not good at all. And the first thing also that I want to do is to talk about, sorry, is that I don't do enough meta-arms also. I have to do more meta-arms in order to tank for those arbalètriers, for those royal knights, and I can do a little bit more of damage with my knights. I don't use them enough in order to do damage to the villagers. The main stuff, the main reason why I want to make those knights is not to fight directly the army of my opponent, but more to do damage to the villagers. So I don't use it enough, and I don't take a good fight versus this mangonel that does a lot of damage, and yeah, I fight under those outposts. So what I should do is more like, I have to take the control of the map, I have to force fights, but not under those outposts. I have to take the control and to do raids with my knights without losing my main army. The problem here is that I lost so many units that now it's too difficult to me to recover from this. I have too much of my arbalètriers that have been taking damage, and yeah, this is okay-ish right now, but I lost too much because of those outposts, so I have to be careful about that. And I have to avoid my opponent having those outposts near those sacred sites, because now he has the control of the map, and if he has the control of the map again, he will win because he has the sacred victory, of course. I'm doing a keep here. This is interesting, but not that good, I feel like, because, well, I have those units that cost less, yes, but it does not give me any map control. And maybe it could be more interesting to have this keep here. If I fought here and put a keep here, then I could probably do more in this game. So I have to keep it in mind, like the map control is so much important. And especially in a map like this, because you saw that there was one stone here, but the next stones are on the map, like they are in the middle of the map. So you have to have the control of the map in order to mine it. So this is the main stuff that made me in a difficult spot, because, well, if I don't have the stone to do another keep here, I'm kind of screwed because I can't take the control. And if I don't have the control here, I cannot gather this gold. And if I cannot gather this gold, I'm in a bad spot. And also what I have to keep in mind is that, well, I will lack of food at some point. So I have to be very careful also about that, because there is not enough food in this game. And I have to be careful also about those mangonels, because he will do a lot of them in order to counter my crossbowman, my arbaletier. So yeah, this is a very good stuff also to remind for the next time. I will have to be careful about those different units. And I think here I make too much knights without using them to counter the economy of my opponent, and I use them too much in fights like this. And versus spearmen, they are not very good actually. So I have more to use units, infantry units, and use my knights in order to do damage to his economy. I feel like I didn't really play French in this game. Like I played a civilization where I tried to turtle and to go forward in the map, but I feel like French is not played like this. We have to put pressure with the knights and to try to kill the villagers of my opponent. I feel like it's okay-ish what I did in this game, but not with the control of the map. It was a pretty bad control. I tried to put a keep here in order to keep the control, but yeah, it's kind of difficult, especially because my opponent is going h4, and with the h4 he will have so much better army. So now I'm a little bit in a trouble because I don't have enough food to go h4. So yeah, and the main issue that I did is that I put my guild hall in a gold, because I thought I would lack of gold. Because, well, you know, I didn't have the control here, so I put it in the gold, and this was a mistake. Because if I had food, I could go h4, and if I was h4, then I could maybe took back the control of the sacred site, because the fights were okay right now. They were okay for me. So yeah, here I managed to kill a mangonel. I took so much damage from this mangonel. This is not good at all. I have to be very careful about that. Very good fight though with those units. And you see, when I do a lot of man-at-arms, it's really better from the game. So I have to be careful about not making that much spearmen, but more man-at-arms when my opponent is not making that much of how is it called, the mounted samurai. This is very, very important. And yeah, the problem is the timing of my h4 here. I will lose because of that. I don't have the h4, so I don't have my my units that are very strong. And yeah, I will be h4 very soon, but there is 3 minutes left before the sacred victory. So this is a timer that say to me, like, you have to take the control right now. And maybe I was a little bit too defensive here. Maybe I could have put the red palace here, put a lot of villagers, put the red palace here. This second TC is shit. Like, why do you do a second TC while your opponent is 3 minutes from the victory? This is stupid. I do a siege workshop. This is pretty good because you can do those cannons and also the trebuchet to counter this outpost. And yeah, I feel like I could have put more pressure here, put the red palace here, take a lot of villagers and try to all in this sacred site. But now my opponent has a very, very big army and I don't have my technologies, and this is the main issue here. As I said before, I don't have the good timing for my h4, and now I lack of gold, because, well, I couldn't mine it before because I didn't have the red palace. So if I don't have my technologies, then I cannot go in because he has them. And yeah, this was the main issue. My control of the technologies was not very, very good. And I feel like this is kind of the same stuff every time. I'm not enough on the technologies. I'm not enough on the age. I really want to attack my opponent, and I don't really want to do my technologies, and I have to be very careful about that. And yeah, I lose here because of those technologies. This was the main issue here. So I hope it helped you. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments if it helped to see the analyze of my game. I will have one more game also to analyze for you. And yeah, don't hesitate also to subscribe if you want to see more. I will do some casted games. I will do also some interviews, some analysis, maybe some gameplay sometime. Don't hesitate to go and watch me on Twitch. I will do a lot of stuff also, mainly in French, but sometimes in English. I will do some events in English. And if I'm speaking French in my on my Twitch channel, don't hesitate to ask questions in English. I'm always happy to answer to you. And yeah, this is a place where we can share a lot of stuff. I really enjoy a job of PS4, and yeah, I'm really happy to share a lot of stuff with you. So yeah, see you in the next one. Ciao.